Everyone in the cafe feared the rude millionaire, until the new waitress stood up to him in front of everyone. Every morning at 8 a.m. sharp, the doors of Café Bloom swung open, and in walked Richard Marlowe, a name that echoed both respect and fear. A self-made millionaire, Richard had built a tech empire from the ground up, but success hadn't sweetened his nature. On the contrary, his wealth gave him license to be impatient, condescending, and, often, cruel. He came to Café Bloom every day without fail, occupying the same table by the window. The staff knew to have his espresso ready without asking, knew not to engage in small talk, and knew the consequences of even the slightest mistake. A spilled drink, a lukewarm coffee, a crooked spoon, all earned a public berating or, worse, threats to have the employee fired. So when Lily arrived, freshly hired and entirely unaware of the cafe's morning ritual, she breezed through her first few days with cheerful ease. She was young, kind-hearted, and had a backbone, but most of all, she believed in treating everyone with dignity, no matter who they were. The veteran staff warned her subtly. "Don't take his table," whispered Mia, the barista. "Just serve and leave. No questions," muttered James, the manager. Lily listened politely, but inside, she didn't understand why everyone tolerated such behavior. "He's just a customer," she thought. One Thursday morning, everything changed. Richard entered as usual, sharply dressed, phone glued to his ear, scowl on his face. He strode to his table, barely glancing at the waitress who had unknowingly taken too long to wipe it down. Without missing a beat in his phone call, he waved her off like a servant. She scurried away, flustered. Lily watched the scene, frowning. Later, as Lily brought a tray of drinks to another table, she overheard Richard shouting at one of the kitchen staff. "This croissant is soggy. Do you think I got rich eating garbage like this?" The staff member, an older man with trembling hands, apologized quietly and retreated. That was the moment something in Lily snapped. The next morning, she volunteered to cover Richard's table. Everyone looked at her like she had lost her mind. "You don't have to prove anything," Mia said gently. "I'm not proving anything," Lily replied. "I'm just doing my job." At precisely 8 a.m., Richard walked in. Lily greeted him with a smile. "Good morning, sir. What can I get you today?" He glanced at her, confused. "Where's the other one? She knows what I want." "She's off today," Lily replied, still smiling. "But I'd be happy to serve you." "Espresso, right, HMPH. Don't screw it up." She returned quickly with the coffee. As she set it down, a slight wobble in the saucer caused a drop to spill on the table. Richard narrowed his eyes. "Are you blind, or just incompetent?" he snapped. The cafe fell into a tense silence. Forks paused mid-air, coffee cups stopped mid-sip. No one moved. Everyone knew what would come next. Except, Lily didn't flinch. Instead, she calmly took a napkin and wiped the spill. Then she straightened, looked him in the eyes, and said clearly, "With all due respect, sir, it was just a drop of coffee. No one is perfect, including you." You could hear a pin drop. Richard blinked, stunned. No one, not in years, had spoken to him that way in public. "Excuse me," he said, his voice cold. "I said," Lily repeated, her tone calm but firm, "no one deserves to be treated like dirt because of a small mistake. You may be a millionaire, but your money doesn't make you better than anyone else in this room." Gasps echoed through the cafe. Staff and customers alike froze, wide-eyed. James, the manager, looked like he might faint. Richard stood slowly, his chair scraping against the floor. His face was unreadable, not angry, but something else. He opened his mouth to speak, then closed it. For the first time, he had no comeback. Instead, he sat back down, lifted the cup, and took a sip. "It's good," he muttered. Lily simply smiled and turned to leave. Behind her, murmurs of disbelief turned into something else. Quiet claps, nods of approval, whispered, "Did you see that?" From the regulars. From that day on, everything changed. Richard kept coming to the cafe, but he was no longer feared. He was quieter, more thoughtful. He stopped shouting. He started saying, "Please," and, "Thank you." It wasn't overnight, but the transformation was undeniable. One morning, he asked for Lily specifically. When she approached, he looked up with a rare smile. "You were right, you know." "About what?" "That money doesn't make anyone better than anyone else." He paused. "I forgot that somewhere along the way." Lily nodded. "You remembered now. That's what matters." They shared a moment of quiet understanding. Two very different people, connecting not over status, but over humanity.